everybody, it's Catrice from When Models Talk. Today we're going to have an amazing live, and I'm excited about talking to Angela Perymon. And but before I get into that, before she comes on, let me let you know exactly where you can find When Models Talk. All right, so Spotify, you can check us out on Spotify, Anchor, Pocket Cast, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Cast, and those are the podcast outlets that you can tune into in order to check out When Models Talk. And don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, which has all the previous episodes on it, which is Models Like Me. Another thing is, of course, my Instagram, and you can check out Models Like Me Consulting Agency Instagram for all updated people who are going to be coming on the show every week. I put out a new person, a new flyer every Friday. Also, Facebook, Catrice Bell. You can catch some of the episodes there as well. Hopefully, everybody got themselves together to get ready to vote this election. I know some people have already voted. I have my ballot. I have to fill it out and mail it in. But you also can go to your polling station, and if you go to your polling station the day when it's time to vote, November 3rd, they actually have drop boxes there where you can actually go and put your ballot in at that time. Now, it just depends on if you want to wait for the long line in order to vote. But, you know, I know a lot of people are concerned about voting early. I'm a little concerned, but hey, God got it. God got it. But let me add Angela in so we can get started on our interview. I'm gonna need to feed off her energy. Yes.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Yeah, I know Angela gonna have some energy. And
I'm still in the classroom and stuff.
Yes. What class are you in?
My daughters.
I know that's right. We gonna talk about.
See, it's a blackboard behind me. She got a whole wall full of blackboards.
I know that's right.
I don't play no games, girl. I'm like, education, girl. You need your education. It's your education.
So you know we definitely gonna get into that. I'm loving the hair. You just showing out today.
You know what? I was at work, so I'm very model-less right now. But I should be for a model segment, so I should look very model-less. So thank you.
Yeah, she looks so cute. Okay, so everybody, today we have Angela Perymon. I always say your last name like that. Am I saying that right? Am I saying
yes,
that?
That's correct. Yes, I'm a Perymon, not a Perryman. So I'm not a man, I'm a mom.
Okay. She is an on-air QVC model, a radio host / personality, founder of Behind the Velvet Rope Radio Show podcast.
Yes, got a podcast.
And she is signed to Joy Talent Agency, y'all. So, everybody welcome Angela Perymon.
Thank y'all. How y'all doing? Hi. And look, girl, I just want to say thank you for having me back on the show because our last broadcast was like a disaster because I had no Wi-Fi. So I was like, girl, I can't leave you hanging like that. So thank you for having me come back on the show with proper Wi-Fi.
Yes, but you still dropped some good nuggets on the last one, though.
I did.
Dropped some good nuggets.
If they heard it.
Girl.
If they heard it, it was some great stuff. Got some great stuff.
Okay, so first I want to get into voting because I watched Behind the Velvet Rope and y'all did have a conversation about that. So yes. Can you speak on what are some things that you are doing to help spread the word about voting? The importance of it.
Well, I actually added a segment on the show called A Moment for the People. And that actually focuses on politics, our community, and what's going on right now. And so that's something that we cover all the time. I'm actually working the polls the day of. We're putting together a carpool to help some of the elderly and kids actually get out to vote. And of course, I've been talking about on the show all the time. Like, for instance, everyone has until October the 27th to drop your ballots off and vote early. It ends October 27th. So please, if you're going to vote early, vote now. Vote. Because the cutoff is October 27th.
Because what day are we on now? We're on the 22nd.
Today's the 22nd. The 22nd.
Oh,
so it's next week. Yep. Next week is the cutoff day. And then after that day, you're going to have to vote on November 3rd if you don't drop off by October 27th. And also, there are rules. Yes, this is for Pennsylvania. Yeah, like I always tell people on the show, I am quoting Pennsylvania voter registration. So I've always said, yes, this is for Pennsylvania. And also, if you receive your absentee ballot or you receive your mail-in ballot, but you choose not to drop it off, on the day of November 3rd, you can still vote. You just bring your ballot with you. And what would happen is you have to sign a declaration. And then once you do that, you turn your ballot in, they destroy it, and then you're allowed to physically vote. So if you get it and you're not comfortable or you don't have enough time to do it, no worries. You can still vote on November 3rd. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. That sounds a lot like Jersey, because I looked up, some information on us, because after I listened to yours, I was like, well, let me see if there's anything different for Jersey. So everything seems to be the same, but what I did was, because if you want to volunteer at the polls, I looked at their training, because I was like, let me check their training. Now, it's only 8 minutes. I got 8 minutes to spare. Right. So I checked out their training, and the training gives you so much information on how everything's going to go that day. Yeah. So, of course, staying 6 feet apart. Of course, just like you said, with the whole ballot, you can drop it off. But I think ours is you can bring it filled out, and you just put it in the box.
Okay. And well, yeah, you can still drop it off at a polling place, but I know they said if you want to physically vote, like if you say I just want to vote with the machine, you got to do the declaration. Some people just want to get that feel like I voted at the polls. That's me. And I tell people, I said, with this early voting, there were tons and tons of lines. And I tell people, I said, please, that's why the hashtag make a plan to vote is very important, because you have to realize this is not going to be like any other election. You're not going to be able to walk up in there, vote, and leave. You're going to have a line. You're going to have to wait. So bring your chairs, your water, your snacks. Mask up, glove up, bring your wipes, bring your alcohol, bring what you need to feel safe, but stand in line and vote. Just vote, vote. So everyone, please make a plan and just anticipate you have to stand up, even if, guess what, you might not have to, but anticipate that you will.
And you know what? Bring an extra chair. If you got some extra chairs.
We all got those. We all got those Dell concert chairs. The Dell concert chairs that you keep in your trunk that come in that little umbrella wrap. You can bring that. Look, just bring the one that you keep for yourself, your kids, or your husband or mate. So just bring those out and offer somebody a seat, especially elderly folks. I want to encourage people to please check on your elderly folks. Make sure that they have a way to get to and from. Yeah. If you are on a block, especially here, because I'm in West Philly, I'm making sure that everyone on my block goes to vote, because everybody needs a way. I want them to feel safe. Yeah, I'll be sanitizing the car and making sure in between trips, and because I'm like, look, you have to get there. I want to make sure that everyone exercises their right. It's so important right now. So important.
Exactly. I'm just debating if I want to I'm debating if I want to do it early or if I actually want to go the day of. I'm not sure, because my sister, even she said, she was like, she voted early, and her concern, which I'm sure that's in a lot of people's head, is my vote going to count if I vote early? Yes. I feel like it will. I feel like there's no issues. As far as I know of right now, I haven't been on CNN, so I don't know what's going on. I haven't watched anything. I don't watch the news, so I don't really know what's going on with that. But definitely encourage everybody to vote. Come on, y'all. We have to. We have to.
You know what? I would honestly say, you know, you have got to know where you're voting at. You got to know your neighborhood. And you have to know that if during the primaries you showed up to your polling station and it was open, people were working, they had your name, it ran smoothly, okay, fine. Now, if you go and you know that you've gone to a polling station and it's been closed before or delayed, those are the places that have the issues on voting day. Places that open up late. Everybody knows it opens up at 7 a.m. Everybody knows that. So it just depends on where you are. So that's why the hashtag is make a plan to vote. Make your plan to vote. Don't try to say I'm gonna run and go vote before I go to work. Don't do that. This is not the election to do that. Please, people, all people, but my people, don't rush and be like, I'm gonna go and go do this before I go to work, and then hit your supervisor with, well, this is what happened. See, what happened was I got my voting sticker, but I was in line for an hour. So make a plan to vote. Make a plan. Make a plan.
Yes, and I know for Jersey, if there's someone that is in the military but they live in Jersey and they want to vote, there's a way that they can do that as well.
Good.
So there's different options for everybody, and it's a number for people who are in the military is 1-800. No, it's not. It's 1-877 1-877-658-6837, y'all. That's what people who are in the military that are from a certain state. Well, for my state, as far as Jersey, New Jersey. If you want to vote, call that number for military. Now, and you can get a lot of information on votenj.gov. So,
yeah, ours is vote is a vote PA.
Okay.
So for people in Pennsylvania, ours is just PA. And I think most states is like that. It's like votes and then your state.
Yeah.
Your polling place will pop up. So I just tell people, make a plan. Make a plan.
Yes. I agree. I'm gonna do mine early though, because I'm just not beat for the line.
Girl, I'm beat there all day. I took off that day. I took the day off, but
I know that's
there
right.
and after that. Yeah.
Girl, I'm had a kid, so I'm about to say I should take the kids, but I'm like COVID. Now if COVID was not going on right now, this would have been a perfect time to really take your kids and have them experience the opportunity of voting and the importance of voting. Now, because of COVID, I'm like, no. But
no, it's not.
If that wasn't the case, they would be there. They would be there right with me. I think I took one of my kids last time when I voted. I think for Obama. I let Harmony push the buttons. I explained to her what the questions are, and I mean we're usually in that booth for about 25 minutes. Lord. We are not the booth. They like, come on.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, I'm that mom. I'm like, no, you have to understand. We're voting for the judge. This is him. We're voting for council. This is him. We're voting for the district attorney. This is so it's, and she's just like, can I push the button? Yes, you can. But I completely understand, because it's like this year, especially this year, I wish I could take her in the polls with me. Yeah. I mean, I really wish I could, but it's not going to be a place of educating the youth for that day, because you never know what can happen, so.
Yeah, so.
I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Yes.
I'm excited about it.
Now. So you talked about that. You talked about that on voting on Behind the Velvet Rope. Now I want to get into Behind the Velvet Rope. I want people to know what your show is all about. Tell me later.
Well, the platform of the show is really to highlight those who don't get highlighted. Like, for instance, this past Monday, we had a Halloween special show with the kids.
I saw it.
And my daughter, right? Look, girl. It was so much fun. I mean, it was like a straight blast. And so we had 3 kids on. My daughter Harmony, who was a 3D animation artist, she was there. Yeah. We had Miss Queen Nevaeh. She's actually a rap artist, and she dropped her single on our show. Yeah. And then we had Mia, aka Milo, because that was her costume for the night. She's also an artist. and she draws all types of 3D animation. Her and my daughter. Well, I mean, I know you probably saw that clip with her and my daughter were going back and forth. And oh my God, you know my character. You recognize that? Harmony just had a ball.
Yeah,
and
she was so excited.
That's what the show is for. Huh?
I said she was so excited about them recognizing her character.
Because okay, I love my daughter, you know, and I'm real with her because when she breaks it down to me about these characters, I'm like, okay, I don't watch your shows. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I can just judge off the like the lines and how great it looks, but I don't know what you're talking about. And so I try to be that cool mom, but I'm not gonna sit there and pretend. And I just tell her, like, you know, I don't get it, but I respect what you do because I'm an artist too. And but for her to have it like full circle, that somebody recognized her artwork, knew exactly who the character was, you know, knows the show. It was like a whole fan out moment for her. So that just made me happy. And that's really the point of the show. The show is to highlight entrepreneurs. The show is to highlight artists, actors, models. You know, it's to highlight politicians. We've had so many different types of people on the show, different walks, that, you know, it's always such an educational time, you know, because I get to have a conversation with these people and really dig into, like, how did you get to where you are? And behind the velvet rope is really that. It's that I don't, like, I see the glitz and the glam and I see your finished product and it's beautiful, but I want to know, how did you get to that point? Because that's what really matters. It's your journey. And so that's why we have the show. That's why we highlight it. And, you know, we break the show into 3 different parts. We have the moment for the people. And then we have our interview with whoever our wonderful guests are. And then we end the show with How You Lovin' with my girl, Jacinth. You know, my girl Jacinth very well. And so, you know, because she's working on her second book, so, you know, I love incorporating her in the show. It is so educational. She is so passionate about her writing. It is just it's so inspirational. And to be around her is just contagious. And I found that, you know, people, they love her on the show. You know, she's like a fan favorite. People love to listen to her because she's educational, controversial, and, you know, Pompon and then Bird is our resident alpha male. Who like him and Jacinth go at all the time, but it's like the most beautiful boxing match you will ever see because their points are so valid, and it makes a difference because we have people that watch the show of all different types of relationship statuses, whether it be from people who are married, single, engaged, gay, straight, whatever. You know, so we get so many different points of view. It's amazing because to me that show is about education. Like educating people so that when they watch the show, I want them to learn something, take away from it, but be inspired. So, and the show's great. It's our second season, and we're actually getting ready to wrap. So we're gonna wrap after November, and then we're gonna go on hiatus, and we'll be back in February of 2021.
Oh snap! I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yes, girl. We don't do the show continuously. We take a hiatus because, you know, we always feel like November, December, January, those are times to be with your family. And so I don't want to make it harder on artists or myself with our schedules to like say we're gonna do it all the time. We need a break. And you know, sometimes we need a little break from each other. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, we do it every first and third Monday. So so we'll be back.
Girl, well, look, take that time. I didn't even think about that. Even when doing When Models Talk, I got a whole bunch to do. It's like Thursdays are my busiest day, literally.
Right.
I do not. It's the kids, schooling, getting that all together, and then in between, getting myself together, and then straight up When Models Talk. That's it.
So sometimes you might need a little bit of a breaky break. You might need a little bit of a hiatus.
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. It's something to think about, though. It's something to think about.
Yes, girl. Yeah, because my daughter's birthday is in November, so I need a break. I got plans and stuff to do.
Well, so we got into Behind the Velvet Rope, which I absolutely love your show because you be having me dying the whole time. I be cracking up like, Angela's so crazy. And then educational is very important. Because I like to learn things. If I'm going to listen to something, it's because it's either inspirational or it's because I can learn something from it. And I was sitting there watching your show and you was keeping me up to date, girl, on what's going on. I was like, okay, I can watch Angela.
Well, thank you. Girl, thank you. Yes. We try to be, you know what I mean? Like, you know what? I know so many amazing people. Mm-hmm. It's just like I could book that show up for like a whole year straight. Because I know so many amazing people. And I want to have like everybody on the show. I just don't have enough time. Like, I don't have enough time in the day. I mean, I honestly, because I know so many amazing artists. And I just feel like, and I think now people are realizing that mainstream isn't everything. And so to get an artist that's out of the box or start following somebody who you heard on Spotify or Anchor, you know what I mean? And just to say, oh, this person, I love their point of view. So to me, I'm like, that's more dope than being on like a mainstream.
Yeah.
Hey. Because you want to get authentic. I want authentic followers and I want authentic people that want to watch my show. I don't want people that are watching my show just because. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to watch it because, like, you want to be here.
Yeah, and you want to get something out of
it. Right. I think I care, girl. I think I care. I care what people are consuming in their brain. I care. Darn it.
Yes, because I say the same thing about my show. I'm like, I want people to understand, like when I'm interviewing somebody, I want them to get you. I want them to understand that Angela is funny, that she's a genuine person, that she knows all this stuff, y'all. And that I want them to know more about you when I'm doing a interview, when I'm doing, I'm having a special guest. I want them to know it's your showcase. It's showing who you are.
Go ahead, girl. Look. Go ahead, dig in. Look, what you want to know, girl? What you want to know? Let me fluff my hair up. What you want to know? Get my interview hair going. Okay. I'm ready. Let's go. It's like a boxing match.
So real quick, for those who don't know, how did you get into modeling? A little quick synopsis of it.
Girl, by straight accident. Okay. Real fast. I've been a makeup artist for like the last 27 years. Show my age and stuff. I don't care. So I actually started out as a makeup artist, and literally one day, and I started modeling when I was 30. So I've been modeling for 10 years now, and literally, I started when I was 30 because in my mind, I got to work on the back end of the industry when I was younger in my 20s, and I was still the models, but they were all small models, and I'm just like, oh, I like what I do. I like making people look more beautiful. I like doing that. So that was my lane. I was in my lane. I wasn't trying to jump in somebody else's lane. And my photographer at the time, he made me jump in someone else's lane. He was like, got the time booked, Angela. Just come take some pictures. I'm like, no, I don't take pictures. He's like, just come and just smile. You're pretty. And I'm like, okay, now are you hitting on me or are you being like sincere? And but we were just friends. It was like a joke. But he was like, no, just come and just really take some pictures. Took the pictures and they got published. And he's like, send me a check. And I was like, oh, you get checks off this? Oh, okay. Like, okay, this is okay. And, it just one thing led into another. And I ended up getting laid off in 2012. And once that happened, that's the last time I worked a corporate job because I literally, I literally stepped out on faith and started going to New York like every week. And I walked in every show I could walk in for a whole year before I actually got to meet like my first agent and actually got introduced to being a real model and got real work. So so it was something that I did not plan on. I would never have thought that, because I mean I was a hardcore tomboy. I kind of still am. I don't show it on social media. But I mean I really am. Like I'm really like a tomboy. So to me, being a model, it's just like that's a whole nother persona sometimes. Because I mean I can do it and I like doing it, but for real, that's not me. I like to be in sweats and no makeup. in my hair in a ponytail or take my hair off, depending on how I feel that day. So, so that's not even like who I am. Mm-hmm. But then my mom used to always tell me when I was little, I used to dress up. Mm-hmm. And I would do my, like my mom would buy me Barbies, but she said I would take the clothes off and focus on the hair and focus on like your face. And, thinking about the stuff when you're a kid, you don't always think like, well, I play with these toys. I envision mm-hmm. something that can be what I'm doing when I grow up. And it just so happens that it happened that way. It happened that way. So it was by complete accident. By complete accident. I didn't think I was going to be a model. I never thought anybody was going to pay me to look pretty and take pictures. Never.
She was just like, I'm going to do the makeup. And I'm cool with doing the makeup.
I was cool with that. But God had other plans for me. You know what, Angela? I'm glad you can do makeup. This will help you be a better model. And he fired me from that.
So have you ever done, like say you got booked for a gig and then all of a sudden the makeup artist or somebody didn't show up? Has that ever happened where they was like, okay, who know how to do makeup? Angela?
Girl, that was my first half of my modeling career when I did runway.
Oh, wow.
Every designer that I worked for, even when it came down to fashion week, they were either had the makeup artists couldn't match the colors, it was taking too long. And my team would come to me and be like, Angela, you got your kit in your car? Of course I got my kit in my car. Can you be like 15 models in like an hour and a half? Sure, come on. And I would literally, I would get the models to get their foundation out because I would, we would always bring our own foundation. I would say, start like your foundation, your concealer. I'll come back, I'll do your eyes, your brows, your lashes and everything. So it was like we would do it in steps. But yeah, that was like the first half of my whole career. So I think that's what makes me also very marketable as a model, because when I do go on set, they realize Angela can do her own makeup. It's been times when, I got booked for major campaigns. Like major store campaigns, and I've gone there and the makeup artist is horrible. And I'm like, okay, she does my face what she thinks she does. And then, girl, I go right into my trailer. Like, and so, but what I do is I go to them and I go, now, I did my face, right? And they like, yes, but we on the same team. So if I look good, you look good.
You look good.
Tell them I did my makeup, but just know that that's my face out there, not yours. So as a model and a makeup artist, it pays off very well because I use both sides of my model brain.
Yes, girl, because I'll be in here trying to figure out makeup, and I'm like, okay, I know how to do a certain look on me, and I'm cool with that.
Go to YouTube, honey. Go to YouTube University. YouTube University will teach everything that you need to know. Go to YouTube University. I'm telling you, that's where, because, after a while, and I stopped doing makeup, I had to learn all of the newer styles of makeup that I wasn't used to doing. So it was like, I had to go to YouTube University too and learn about new products and different things. But it's like, this industry is like any other industry. You always have to keep yourself learning. So it's always going to change. It's like we have the basics, but for the most part, stuff is always evolving into something else.
Yeah.
So you just have to evolve with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's so everything we learn now, we're gonna have to relearn. We're gonna have to learn the next wave next.
Yeah. Yeah. But especially now with the COVID. Because now all of our auditions look like this. Lights and waist.
I got one. Girl, I got one tomorrow. They called me today, and it was like, we want to, the thing is, I was just like, I'm cool with just sitting home. I'm chilling. But then I was like,
I'm chilling.
Let's get your money. Let's get your money when it's time to get it. Let's get it. So I have one tomorrow. And it's Zoom. That's the first time I'll be doing Zoom.
A lot of money. Really?
Yeah.
Well, think about how much money we are saving from like not having to physically go to castings and all the driving and traffic.
Going all the way to New York.
Right. Yeah. So, it has its pros and cons. I'm not that mad at it.
I'm like, I can be here, the kids can be working. Look, The kids gonna be working, getting their schooling done, and I'm gonna do my audition.
Hello. Look, all I do is I put up that blue green, that blue sheet that I put up for my auditions, black out my my walls, and get it going.
I know that's right.
All going. So yeah. And it's like, and then if you get booked for something, oh my God, you have to look at a COVID test.
Yes, I gotta go. Then I would have to go do that. So, but we'll see. I'm excited.
I've had to do it twice already.
I already feel like I got it. I'm like, they're gonna book me for it. I already know.
And they will. And look, you're gonna be like, this is gonna be the greatest, and then you're gonna have to get that COVID test and be like, damn. And look, I think about that every time I do an audition. I'm like, ooh, I hope I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna get this role. And then I'm like, damn, they're gonna make me take another damn COVID test. Because like you gotta take a COVID test and you gotta quarantine until it's time for you to go on set. Like a lot of companies are making people do that. Like I had a couple of auditions because some movies and stuff going on in Philly right now. Yeah. And I would love to have auditioned for them, but they wanted me to go into quarantine like that day and forever. And I was like, I got other bookings. Like I just can't quarantine myself.
You got other stuff.
So it's like a pro and a con because I was like, I would have loved to got that job, but I cannot quarantine myself and not go to the queue and not do my shoots and be sitting there like, please hire me, please movie people.
Yeah.
Nobody can do it. I ain't got time for that. I can't do that. I can't.
I'm like, excuse me, I'm gonna be on QVC.
You'll see me on the queue. Look, I'll be there tonight. Right.
You gotta go tonight?
I do. I'm actually doing 1 a.m. It's called The Schitzlitz with Katrina Schitz. Yes, girl, The Schitzlitz. Right. She gives all of all of the top looks and top finds of the queue, her favorites. So it's like fashion police show, which I love doing. So yes, I'm doing that tonight, and then I'm doing
out. And is it live?
It's live. Yes.
I'm gonna set my alarm, right? So for 1 o'clock.
You gonna wake up? Okay, girl.
So I can wake up and come down here and see Angela.
It'll be from 1 to 2. And if you miss me on from 1 to 2, I'll be back on at 7 a.m. From 7 to 9 a.m. I'm doing Friday. Woo-hoo. It's a show we do to celebrate the weekend. It's called Friday. So I'm doing that from 7 to 9 a.m.
Oh, Friday. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Look, I forgot all about the
Right, what was talking about?
All right, so let's get more into our conversation.
Okay,
so
let's get it. I put some gloss on. Laughing too much.
So in modeling, why is every opportunity not a good opportunity? I'm just hopping in.
Why is every opportunity not a good opportunity?
Not a good opportunity in modeling.
Well, I would say that it depends where the opportunity is coming from and the place that it's coming from. Because I have been offered some opportunities that it sounds great, but the meat and potatoes of it wasn't that great. And that's happened several times. Several times where, people will sell you on this great opportunity and this and that. Like a big thing with models now that we have a problem with, and I know you probably get this too, is brand ambassadors. I'm pretty sure you get hit up with, you want to be a brand ambassador? You want to be a brand ambassador? This is that. And actually, that kind of conflicts what we do, especially as licensed talent. So being a brand ambassador and advertising your product for free when I get paid to do photo shoots is actually, it's a contradiction. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So I think that depending on where you are in your career, now someone who's freelance, who's not with an agent, then yeah, you can be a brand ambassador all day long. And you can rep different stores all day long because you don't have someone out there on your behalf fighting for you to get paid to do ads and to do sponsorships and to do commercials. So because they turn around, take those pictures and use them for what? Promotional. And you know, when you're freelance, you're giving that picture away there is no buyout for you. So you're not getting a buyout, so they can use that picture forever. So it's all about, you have to know like where your pictures are going to, who's taking your pictures, and how long are they going to be using them. Because that's something that I love that Joy does, is she makes sure that if we do commercials or ads that that she recognizes that you have to buy my talent out. You can't just take their picture and think you're going to use it forever. No, you have to pay for the right to use that over and over and over again. Yes.
Exactly.
So that's why I tell models, you have to realize what a good opportunity is, and then what is a promotional opportunity for a model, but then what is something that is going to actually kill you in the long run. So you got to watch where you put your face, because once someone gets your image with your product, that's it. And if you don't have that contract signed, sealed, delivered before you take that picture, then you are left with whatever that person chooses to give you. And it's usually nothing. Or scraps of nothing.
Yeah.
Been there too. Been there, done that.
I just learned something else. Go ahead,
What?
Angela. I know that's right, Angela.
What you just learned? Tell me, girl, what you just learned?
Everything you just said. Yes.
Right.
Because it's so true.
It's fast though.
You don't think about that because
it's so fast.
You get so many people. That's feedback. The magazine said that's where the younger females who are models get it twisted. So true. I was just about to say that. Because
what's up, Sonny? I know
they don't know.
Magazine.
Because they don't know.
Yeah.
They think,
you are absolutely right. Instagram models. I hate to call Instagram models out on Instagram, but Instagram models. Like, unfortunately, likes do not cash checks. That's the one thing when I was still tutoring and teaching models is likes don't cash checks. And when people go on my social media, they go like, Angela, you don't have that many followers here or that. I said, well, see, the difference between you and I is this. I have the right people following me. I don't need everyone to follow me. I need the right people to follow me. I need my clients to follow me. I need people who are helping me cash a check to follow me, not people who are there to troll me or to say that I have 4,000 likes. 4,000 likes of what? 4,000 likes for what? Like, if I was getting paid by the like, oh, well, then that'd be different. But, but we're not getting paid like that. And so you have to realize, like, your network will equal your net worth. I'll say that one more time. Girl. Your net worth will equal your net worth. So if you have a worthless network, that's what you're going to get.
Exactly. I know that's right. Girl.
I'm gonna write a book too. But it's okay. I'm working on it, but I still got some more experiences to have.
Yes. Look, you're having them. Some people in stagnant mode. They ain't really doing much. And I think right now is the perfect time to do more. You have the opportunity.
When you start out as a model, I got hair in my mouth. Sorry. you put yourself in like a box because you kind of have to. You know, most of us start out and we all
put yourself in a box.
Runway is fabulous, right? And you're like, okay, I'm a runway model. And when you get out of there and you kind of graduate, you say, I want to make some money. So what do? You turn into a commercial model. So it's like, you know, there's always, there's levels to everything that we do. And I think that modeling, when you start there, it opens up so many more doors. I never thought I would have a podcast, be on nobody's radio. I never even thought about that because I always thought I sounded like Mickey Mouse. So no one would ever want to listen to me on the radio. Like, I'm cute to look at, but to listen to me, it can be a little bit annoying. So I was like, who would want to listen to me on the radio? Nobody. But then I was like, I guess somebody does like listening to me because we get views and, you know, and we're a global show. So it's not just about, you know, the likes that we have. Yeah, we're on a whole nother network. So we're in different countries. And so people in different countries are listening to the show. And so for me, I would never think that. So modeling has opened up so many doors of things that I never thought I would do, but now I'm learning that I can do it. And I don't even know how, and I can teach myself to do this stuff too. it's like a blessing. It's like a blessing and a curse, because you have to step out on faith and not be scared that you're going to fail. And guess what? If you do fail, you can always do it again. Like, and that's one thing that I think as a model and a mother and a businesswoman, I've gotten used to. Like, I'm going to fail at some of this stuff. I'm not always going to get it right. I'm going to mess it up. And I tell my daughter that. I'm like, I'm sorry. See how you got a social studies book and an English book? There's no book on parenting. So if I do something and you're like, why would you do that? I don't know. Like, I'm a parent too. It's like, you're a kid, I'm a parent. But like, so that's how I live my life. You know, it's like everything is always a turning and a learning point. But I also believe that when someone shows you who they are, whether it be in business or your real life, you have to make an executive decision that your well-being is more important than somebody else's come up.
I agree.
And that is something as a businesswoman I have learned to do. And it's been hard. I have, dissolved friendships and things like that. But in order for you to sometimes succeed, you have to kind of trim the fat in your life. And it's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And I hate when people go, well, why do you feel the need that, if you have to succeed, you have to put yourself in another place? Because I said it before, your net worth will equal your net worth. And if you don't have people who are on the same, vision as you, because some people see in dollars, some people see in cents. I'm a person where I like to look at things in dollar mode. I don't look at it in cent mode. I don't do it to say how much change can I make. I want to think about how can I leave a legacy for my daughter, a legacy for my people, a legacy for my community. So that's why I tell people it's okay to cut people off and keep it moving, because it's not personal when it's your life. It's your life.
Exactly.
And you have to do what makes you happy, especially nowadays, because you could wake up with the damn COVID and not wake up again. So who wants to be damn unhappy or sit there and be twirling to somebody else's drum? You better start making your own music, okay?
Yes.
Little Marshall boy or girl, and march to your own beat. Because trust me, somebody's gonna hear that beat and be like, I'm with that beat too.
Exactly.
But you just gotta start by yourself. You gotta start by yourself. And
I know that's right.
That is okay. You gotta start by yourself, girl. Look, I've gotten so used to being by myself, like just me and my daughter. I'm like, okay, we be cool.
Yes.
We got food. Look, as long as we got food, artwork, some makeup,
yes,
and some paper, we good. We can stay in this house and be okay.
Look, I agree, because that's how I am with me and my kids. I'm like, even though we need a break from y'all all the time.
Of course.
But
I'm getting a break right now. Got to get mine at 8 o'clock.
I thank God every single day. I'm like, I'm happy where I'm at, where we're going, because we're going somewhere. So, I wake up every day and say, thank you. Thank you, Lord. We good.
Thank you, Lord. Seriously. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. It is a blessing. So, I take it all.
Angela, right? So how, when it comes to being a model and being an entrepreneur and trying to do so many things at one time, how have you learned to center it, focus, balance everything? Because you know how you're trying to do, for example, say if I'm trying to do this business, that business, and this one. And for me, I can't do everything all at one time. I've tried, it does not work, nothing gets done. So I have to focus on one thing at a time until I get that into a rhythm and then start working on the next. What have you done to balance your life, basically, with everything you got going on?
Is my life balanced? Oh, crap. I'm glad you think so, girl. Thank you. Because I was like, oh, she think I'm okay. Okay, well, now that you said that, let me just answer the question.
Well, put it this way. Focus on something that makes it possible for you to actually get things done. at least one of those things or two of those things, whatever, done.
Okay. Well, I can put it to you like this. Okay, so I've been at QVC for almost 5 years. It's been that long. I know, right? And so I've gotten to the rhythm of knowing QVC. I know their schedules. So for me, it's a little easier to navigate. It's still very hard to navigate with them because they're all over the place sometimes. But for the most part, I know like kind of when my vendors have their TSVs, when I got to be there for like 24 hours. So, and I know like around this time of the season, it's our fourth quarter. We're about to end the rest of the year. I know it gets busy. So when it comes to that, I can kind of say, well, I know what not to put on my plate because I know at this time of the year, it's a little bit busier, but I know that I can relaunch my radio show in February because that's a slower time. It's after New Year's, you know, we're still in the first quarter. So, you know, I know I can relaunch the show because I'll have that time in it. So I just think that I actually had to figure out what I wanted to do and know that I can't, not that I can't, but I choose not to have 6 or 7 businesses. I choose to have, you know, my modeling, my radio show, and then my entrepreneurship / my philanthropy. So that is what I have chosen to do because on top of, you know, homeschooling and everything else, that's a whole nother world within itself. So I have chosen to do those things, and then really it's just a rhythm. So I know that, you know, my show is every first and third Monday. So I can tell QVC, don't book me past this time. Hi, y'all. Don't book me past like this time because I know that I have to go and travel to Jersey and then prep my show and get everything ready for that. Yeah. So it's just really kind of turned into I set my own schedule. And so because, you know, QVC, they request me, but it's up to me to say to take it or to leave it. So it's up to me to say I can work here, work there, and then not work, which is good too. Which is good too. So I think with that, but the only thing that I haven't balanced yet, and just we still working on this, I'm still trying to learn how to balance a relationship and with my career because I'm married to my career currently. I am. I'm married. I'm married to my career currently. So that is something that I'm trying to work into balance into my life too, because that's what that is where I'm lacking at. So that's why I said, you know, it's always something. I don't think I'm ever just going to be like, my life is set up like this. Let's go. I don't think my life is ever going to be like that. I just think that, you know, I have to roll with the punches, but at the same time, know that these are things that I want. Right. I have to keep growing. So that's what I'm at now. You know, I have like the show down. I got TV down, you know, so now I'm going to work on, you know, trying to like see if I want a man. See if I want to get into that. So look, that's like something else. He the right one. He gotta be the right one too. Well, see that. Well, and there lies part of the problem because I've realized that I just can't date any old body. I have to date somebody that isn't afraid of me. Because I think a lot of times, I think the men are kind of scared of me. They're like, look, and you know what? It doesn't help having a show because I feel like they're like, you know what? If she don't like something I do, she gonna run to her show and she gonna drop it all to her fan base and her girlfriends and the love after gonna pick me apart. You damn Skippy, that's why I got a shot. But girl, but I think that's the thing too. So it's like once you drop your resume, and because I can't lie and say that, you know, I work in a school. Because it's like, okay, if I go to work at 1 o'clock in the morning and we dating, and I'm like, okay, gotta go back, going to work. You going to work? So what's the sound like I do at 1 o'clock in the morning? Stripper. Right! No, I'll be on television. Literally, you can turn me on. I'll be on television, going like this. He gonna check too. He gonna check too. He gonna turn right on. But it's like, girl. So imagine having those kind of conversations with a man, and so I'm working on that. It's a process. I need your
It'll happen. He'll actually match your flow, if not even be, even be doing more. Because I feel like a lot of people, when we're in modeling in our industry and entertainment, you have to find somebody that is understanding of your schedule, understanding of your business. Some people don't understand that, you're going to be working maybe one-on-one with a nice looking guy.
Right.
That y'all might have to act. If you're an actor, you might have to act a certain way. People don't understand that. And when it comes to modeling, you go into certain events and having to be dressed up. Where you going? I'm working.
Right. I can't afford to have those conversations. You making me late. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. I need you to know you got some place to be. And then on top of that, like, I'm pressed. So this year has been hard. It's so crazy because I got my press pass this year and couldn't even use it. I got a press pass. I got a brand new press pass just sitting there. So I wore it a couple of times. I was like, I'm just gonna wear it because I can't use it. Like, I can maybe use it next year. I don't know, but it's just like, but how do you explain that to somebody? I gotta go work this place and put my press pass on and go out the door. Who wants to like? So I mean, you're right. You have to find somebody that is like that can like match my flow and my busyness. Because if I'm super busy and you're sitting at home, then your idle mind is gonna go someplace else.
Absolutely.
Had that happen too.
Well, so. Thanks for everybody for tuning in to When Models Talk with Angela Perymon.